Ready to go? All right. Welcome to the October 13th meeting of the City of Davenport Zoning Board of Adjustment. The Zoning Board of Adjustment holds public hearings to consider the strict application of zoning ordinance for hardship variances, special uses, and appeals. I'm Dan Darlin, Chairman of the Davenport Zoning Board of Adjustment. Members present today are, from your left to right, Mike Galliart, Bridget Boyd Carlson, the Vice Chair, myself, and Angela Labach. Staff present today are Laura Berkeley and Mallory Bagby. If you have a mobile device, please turn it off as it may interfere with the room's electronics. As we conduct our business, we expect that everyone here will conduct themselves in a respectful, courteous, and civil manner, and will speak only after being recognized by the chair. The only exception to that standard is staff is expected to interject when necessary to ensure we are properly conducting our business. If anyone wishes to speak on a particular agenda item, you will be provided an opportunity to do so. When recognized by me, please step to the podium, introduce yourself, and provide your input. By practice, each person is only permitted one opportunity to speak. Exceptions to that practice is at my discretion. Of course, if a board member asks a question of anyone, they'll be permitted to speak to answer that question, but I'll ask that you keep your response limited to the specific question. All right. So the first order of business, well, let's go through. Secretary's report. Can I have a motion to approve last meeting's minutes?
I think the only question was whether the vice chair ordered the meeting, and that's been changed, correct?
Correct. We did change that.
Very good. So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So no one opposed. Okay. So old business. So the business of the request for special use 22-01 of Kunis Development Properties LLC to operate a vehicle dealership with outdoor storage and display at 3812 Harrison Street. So table 17.08-1 requires a special use for a vehicle dealership with outdoor storage and display on property zoned C3 General Commercial District. May I have the staff report, please?
Great. So this is Laura Berkeley, Development Planning Administrator. So the property under discussion is highlighted in this in red, the yellow being the notice area associated with the map. At this time, staff has not received any comments. So the applicant owns land directly to the south of the property under discussion. It is legal and non-conforming in that we do not have a special use permit on file for that property. It is not required though, because it was established prior to the 2019 code. They're not proposing any expansion or changes associated with that part of the dealership. So this is the site plan that was submitted as part of their application. It's to expand their display area associated with the vehicles. The area highlighted in yellow is where vehicle use would really, or sorry, in green, would be done. So that would be where the cars are being displayed. And then off to, on your left-hand side, which would be to the west, off of in the back of the property, there is a small building back there that they would be using for detailing cars, and then they would use paved surfaces to access that building back there. The area highlighted in brown is currently gravel. That would be required to be removed as part of this use. And then there are two small yellow areas at the bottom here. The one on the left side or on the west side of the property would be a vehicular access between the two properties, so they can transfer cars to and from the properties. And then the smaller yellow box, more directly south of the old bowling alley, is a pedestrian access point. So this is an aerial of the subject property from May. So kind of acclimate yourself. This was the old bowling alley. There is no planned use for that building at this time. Should they choose to either tear it down and display more vehicles or rehab or build a new building, they would have to come back and amend their special use. But at this time, it is just for the exterior display of vehicles. Here's another aerial photo. This is from Harrison Street, Welcome Way, at the street level. These are the buildings in the back that I mentioned. This is the dealership to the south. And then here's a zoning map showing where additional dealerships are in relationship to the property. So as you can see, this is an area with prevalent dealerships. So it is, it's not out of question to have an additional expansion of a dealership. So our findings are that the petitioner has met the special use requirements for the proposed location, design, and construction. This use is compatible with adjacent land uses and development, and the proposed special use is in accordance with the criteria for special use approval. Staff's recommendation is that the board adopt staff's findings and approve request special use SU 22-01, subject to the following conditions. That the submitted site plan be binding, and that prior to occupancy, the stairwell pedestrian connection shall be completed, gravel area shall be removed completely, and new asphalt / concrete paving installed as per the site plan with a 20-foot wide driveway, and that all parking spaces to be utilized shall be repainted and one-way arrows painted as appropriate in the aisles. That the principal structure, the former bowling alley, shall be prohibited without modification to the special use. The use of flags, pennants, tinsel balloons, and other similar attention-getting devices shall be prohibited. And should complaints arise due to noncompliance of these conditions and/or if there is infractions to these conditions or other code violations, or if ownership or management companies change, a rehearing of the special use shall be scheduled at which the special use may be modified, reapproved, or revoked.
Okay, thank you. Questions from staff or from the board to staff?
So yes, Laura, on number 5, as far as that principal structure cannot be used for storage or anything whatsoever.
Correct.
Okay.
Laura, you referenced non-conforming use and, prior to the zoning law changes in 2019, which brings up a bad memories of a former case. But so how does that apply to this? Because this is a case where it's been used, continual use as a car dealership, right, or display.
Right, so the car dealership to the south is not part of this request. The only piece that the board will be reviewing is the expansion. So,
Right.
And really the only nonconformity is that we don't have a special use permit on file, but it's not required to be on file because
Okay.
it was established and has existed prior to the zoning code.
Okay.
Change where
So we don't need a grandfather that's been continual use since then to be grandfathered and is not required for this piece of property.
It is not, because it is allowed by special use, so you can expand onto it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure we were being consistent. Okay. Any other questions, board? All right. Applicants. Yeah, come on up to the podium. Again, the microphone's directly above, so kind of stay put and speak. Some people like to walk over to point to the maps and stuff, and then we can't hear. So please introduce yourself and tell us what you have going on.
My name's Jay Irwin. I'm the regional manager for Cunis Auto Group.
And I'm Curtis Willich. I'm the general manager at Cunis Nissan at that location.
I think she's well laid out what our initial plans are for the location. Our attorney's been working in conjunction with you guys to get all the codes and stuff met to what you guys want. Everything is in the works. We have Valley Construction under contract to do the asphalting that's required. We have JC's landscaping is on site right now, actually putting in the railing and we actually put in 2 sets of stairs, not 1 set of stairs. We put in the front stairway, sort of retaining wall on both sides that runs down. We just put stairs on both sides of the retaining wall, so there's front and back access, and then the road access has been put in. Just waiting again for Valley to come. That'll be all blacktop and everything as they come in. So it's roughed in. We're just waiting for the blacktop to be laid on that. So.
Okay. Laura, although 2 staircases is great, do they need to change the plans with you?
I don't think so. I think that this is the minimal need. If
Okay.
they want additional pedestrian access, that's
Okay.
appropriate.
All right. Board, any questions for the applicant?
I don't necessarily have any questions, but I think it fits well into the neighborhood, obviously, so,
We're excited for it.
yeah.
All right. All right, well, thank you then. Is there anyone in the audience that wished to speak in favor of the request? All right, does anyone in the audience wish to speak opposed to the request? Applicant, we have this question just in case there was any discussion in favor or opposed, but so just a question if you have any final comments.
Do not.
Thank you. Okay, so this is where we get to have our own discussion. So board discussion, comments amongst ourselves.
No, I guess just to reiterate, I think it fits well
Right,
into the
that's-
neighborhood and yeah, I would be supportive of this.
I agree, that's where that belongs. Bridget? Angela? All right, so what we need now is a motion. So we're asking for a motion would be to approve SU 22-01 with the recommendations from staff, recommendations 1 through 7 from staff. So I would entertain that motion.
I'll make the motion to accept request SU 22-01 with staff's recommendations.
Second.
Okay, to approve. I'm sorry, just to be clear, Mike, you said to request or to approve the
yes.
request. Okay,
Yes.
Second.
right, with the conditions. All right.
Yes.
We good? Staff?
Galliard,
Yes.
Boyd Carlson,
Yes.
Layback,
Yes.
Darlin,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right, I just wanted to double check that the motion was clean before we, all right, good. Thank you, so you're passed, good to go.
Thank you very much.
All right, scroll forward. Okay, so next on the agenda is new business. This is request special use 22-02 of Caliber Collision Centers to operate a major vehicle repair body shop use at 3210 East Kimberly Road. Table 17.08-1 requires a special use for a major vehicle repair on property zoned C3 General Commercial District, and this is in Ward 6. Is the applicant present? All right, thank you. Staff may have the report, please.
Okay, so this is the Greenview GMC dealership on Kimberly. So The dealership property is highlighted in red, in the outline in red, but the body shop specifically is the box of red. So the request is to buy the business portion of the collision repair facilities at the GMC dealership. So they would be leasing the land but owning the business there, and it would be separated as a separate business within that property. We have received no comments at this time from the notification area. So once again, the shell of the building staying the same. Caliber Collision would operate the body repair business in a similar manner, and within, based off of their application, in compliance with the principal use standards associated with our city codes. Their operational hours are from 7:30 to 5:30. Their main divisions are body repair, refinish, and detailing. All operations will meet OSHA regulations for safety, noise, and odor containment and mitigation, and their spray booths are enclosed. This is the site plan as submitted by the applicant. So you have the building portion highlighted in yellow, and then the vehicles associated with the collision repair would be within the area outlined in yellow. This is a floor plan of the building with the existing body shop highlighted in yellow. A little bit more detail, although it's probably hard for you to see. There is some paint booths, and there's an office area, and then repair bays associated with the interior pieces of it. So this is an aerial kind of showing you the general area, and as you can see, it's pretty far from the street, well screened. So the access points in would be by the overhead doors on the side of the building. The area, it's kind of hard to see, but the area of the building that they would be using is highlighted here in yellow. And then the area highlighted in orange would be where their vehicles would be dropped off. Some additional photos of the body shop area. So these are from Google Street View, so they are a little bit older. But just to general show you what kind of work, it's very clean inside, organized, and they that level of detail and cleanliness would be continued in a very well organized manner. It is a national company that has businesses throughout the entire country, and is very regulated. And so the site is compatible with its adjacent land uses. Again, this is another dealership with an existing collision repair place, which is allowed as part of a dealership to have a collision repair. The need to have a special use permit is because they're separating the collision repair from that dealership. So the findings of petitioner's proposed location, design, construction meets special use requirements. This use is compatible with adjacent land uses and development. The proposed special use is in accordance with the criteria for special use approval as conditioned. The staff's recommendation to the board is to adapt our findings and approve request SU 22-02 subject to the following conditions. That the submitted site plan, as overviewed today, be binding. That completed and repaired vehicles cannot be stored outdoors for more than 15 days. That outdoor repairs and outdoor storage of merchandise, auto parts, and supplies is prohibited. Storage of discarded, junked, or partially dismantled parted vehicles shall not be permissible, and vehicles under repair are not considered as stored vehicles. And then 5 is should non-compliance of these conditions arise, and or if there are any other code violations, or if ownership management changes, rehearing of the special use shall be scheduled per municipal code specifications for the zoning board of adjustment special use public hearings at which the special use may be modified, reapproved, or revoked. So just a little background on the conditions. Those are straight from our zoning code as principal use standards associated with a major vehicle repair place.
So you stated it, but I want to restate it. This currently exists, the building, the use of the building, the only difference is that the ownership of that piece of it's being separated from the dealership.
That is correct.
Board, any question of staff? All right. Applicant, you may come up to the podium, please.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
my name's Christina. I'm with Caliber. I'm in the Integration Licensing Department.
Hi, Tom Mason, Regional Vice President of Iowa and Nebraska.
So we're here. It's going to be the, again, you guys mentioned it's a body shop currently. It's going to be the same people, same use, just a different name. And then, of course, so we've got our representative here from the local market who will ensure that it does stay at that cleanliness that you mentioned and that we do abide by those conditions.
That's what I was going to ask. Any questions? You understand the 5 recommendations that'll go along with it?
Yes, we do.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Board questions of applicants? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone in the audience wish to speak in favor of the request? Anyone in the audience wish to speak opposed to the request? All right, again, so applicant, any final comments?
No, sir.
Thank you. Board discussion.
I guess that sounded like a broken record, I think. Fits well into what is proposed.
All right. You good, Angela?
Nope.
Okay. Very good. So I will entertain a motion to approve SU 22-02 with the staff recommendations 1 through 5 as listed.
Okay, I'll make a request to approve SU 22-02 with staff recommendations.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Layback,
Yes.
Galliard,
Yes.
Boyd Carlson,
Yes.
Darling.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. There is no other business on the agenda, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, very good. Thanks, everyone.